We made it! Woo! Okay, so first thing I learned is that the Namibian dollar is equal to the South African rand 1 for 1, so they just take rand here. So I didn't even need to take money out of the airport because I have money left over from South Africa. Okay, so first impression of Namibia, I'm here in Windhoek and I went to the mall and everything closed at 5. It's Saturday. So yeah, everything closed at 5 on Saturday.
The next day.
So I'm here in Windhoek doing this free walking tour with Arena, who is phenomenal, by the way, and my buddy Flynn from Australia. The beauty of free walking tours is that we learn so much, and just already on this tour, we're only about 30 minutes in. I've already learned, population of Namibia is 3 million people. We learned that the Germans came in the late 1800s and colonized and took over. This is why you will see some German, like the church back there, which is a German-built church. And then even now you'll see German writing around. Fun fact, Afrikaans is more widely spoken than German here. And then I also learned that until 1990, Namibia was part of South Africa because it was formerly called German Southwest Africa. When South Africa took over, it became Southwest Africa was the name of the province, even though it was north of South Africa. Semantics. Anyway, Namibia got their independence in 1990, just before apartheid ended in South Africa. And because of this shared history between Namibia and South Africa, a lot of things that I learned in South Africa also apply here, like the Dom passports and apartheid and all that. So if you haven't seen any of those videos yet, go back and check out my videos from South Africa. Learned a ton there. It's a really great place. And we also learned that the largest tribe here is the Vambo tribe, and they are 1.5 million. So half of the population comes from this one tribe. And even now we're here at the Parliament building. Arena was just telling us that right now the president of the country is female, the vice president is female, the speaker of the house is female. 60% of the leadership here in this country are female. So I envision great things for this country. Fun fact, the locals call this building the coffee machine, and you can see why. And it was a gift from North Korea. So that walking tour with Arena was a lot of fun, very informative. It was actually quite quick. It was like maybe an hour and 25 minutes. And she was really good about knowing her history. She's a tourism student, so she's learning this stuff right now. When we were at the gardens and I was sharing some information, what we had learned on the tour, she overheard me and misheard what I said. She thought I was talking about her tribe. And then so she yells out, "No, it's bastard." And so what I heard, I thought she was calling me a bastard because I was like, wait, I didn't even say anything about you. But what she was trying to say was the tribe that she's from is called the Bastard tribe. And it's one of the 13 tribes in Namibia. They speak like over 30 dialects in this country. It was a fun miscommunication. I want to take this opportunity to quickly go ahead and share a few observations that I've had here in Namibia. They had a 250-cent coin, so $2.50. And that was like the weirdest coin I'd ever seen. I'd never seen that kind of denomination. And in Namibia, they have a $60 bill. And this is also a denomination I've never seen traveling around the world, 20s, 50s, 100s. Nobody's ever said, you know what, it's 60. 60 is a good number. Let's stop there.
Makes perfect sense to me.
Coming from South Africa, I have an idea of how much things should cost. And when I walk into a Checkers here, which is a South African supermarket, I'm kind of expecting the prices to be similar. And in some ways, it's much cheaper here. Like, for example, alcohol is much cheaper here. And imported chocolate candy, specifically Rittersport, maybe because of the German connection, is much cheaper here than it was in South Africa. But on the flip side, fruits and vegetables are way more expensive here. Bananas were like 5 times the price almost. And it makes sense. So we're in a desert, so they wouldn't have access to so many fruits and vegetables. But that's just in the Checkers. If you go to some of the other supermarkets, you can find a bit cheaper prices. But in general, fruits and vegetables are cheaper in South Africa. And even though Checkers is a South African chain, I can't use my Checkers Express card here in Namibia that I have from South Africa, so no discounts for me. And one thing I mentioned in the South Africa video was that the control of liquor and alcohol, and here you see it a little bit less. Checkers obviously is a South African supermarket, so they still separate their alcohol into a different store. But when you go into any other stores, ShopRite, Food Savers, whatever, you will see they sell beer and wine in those places, and sometimes liquor as well. And one place they do sell alcohol here is at gas station convenience stores, but they still have like that rule that South Africa had where after a certain time on Saturday they don't do it, or not at all on Sunday or certain times. But that was just the convenience store, because there's another liquor store in a local supermarket right by where I was staying, and that thing was open every day, all day.
Hi, we're open!
So one thing I didn't immediately realize, but then somebody mentioned it, and I was like, oh yeah, there's no McDonald's in Namibia. So I wanted to get a SIM card for Namibia, and before I went to the store, I decided to check on Airlo, which is the eSIM provider that I use, and I'll leave a link in the description below for my code. If you use that code, I get like $1 or $2 on my Air money, which I can use toward buying more SIM cards. And so when I went to check the prices, the Airlo price was super high, and I was like, wow, that's strange. I've never seen it so high. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go get a physical SIM card. And then when I get to the store, I realized why that eSIM was so expensive. It's because the wait time that I had was astronomical. And I went on a quiet day, and it still took me almost 2 hours. And then I went back to that same store a few days later just to see what was happening. The line was out the door.
The line is too long.
So I'm assuming Airlo says, okay, based on the ease or difficulty of getting a SIM card, we'll charge certain prices. So if it's really easy, we'll charge a low price. If it's really difficult, we're gonna charge more.
Simple economics.
So the eSIM was really expensive, but the actual SIM card price was really low. So if you don't mind waiting a few hours, you get a decent price. There's no Uber in Namibia. They use Yango and Lefa. And so I checked the Lefa app, but it seems like it's mostly just airport transfers or like tourist stuff. There seemed to be more of a high-end ride-hailing service. Most people just use Yango, and that's what I was using most of the time. Every trip was $1 or less. But this app is really funny because when you order a Yango, a lot of times the driver will call you and say, well, where are you at? And it's like, I put the address in the app so that, you know, you wouldn't have to ask me this question. When they pick you up and they're driving somewhere, they're like, where are you going? Do you know how to get there? Apparently the Yango apps aren't super great in Namibia yet, so they're still working on it. But sometimes I had to like pull out my maps and be like, oh no, turn left here.
Well, mainly I'm doing all the hard work.
Welcome to Yango in Namibia.
The world is a book, and those who do not travel read only one page.
A good traveler has no fixed plans and is not intent on a ride.
This is awesome. You're putting ginger beer in the...
He is best measured in friends rather than money.
By the way, this is our chef Coco. What's up, Coco?
Those who wander are lost, not all those who wander are
It looks too hot to stick my hand in. But you eat pop with your hands, right?
Yes.
Okay, but not this one, right? You gotta let it cool off. I let it cool off.
travel is fatal to prejudice, bigotry.
Pop. Ooh, it smells like. Did you put butter in here? It smells good.
Yes, I did.
Ooh. Got butter in the pop.
Yes.
Even though they don't put butter in popcorn. What's that all about? They put butter in the pop, but not in the popcorn.
Oh my days.
Oh yeah, this looks good.
There you go.
And this, what is the name of this stew?
Potjie.
Okay, awesome. Ooh. Ooh, yummy. Julianne, how's the food? Oh, it's so yummy. Look at that. He's so happy. He's so happy.
This looks like a mess, you know. It's not very
right.
presented very well.
But it's good?
The best. Perfect.
Awesome. Sacre bleu. Oh yeah, so it's all is good.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't know how to speak Australian, but yeah.
You say mate a lot. Say mate, swear a lot, you'll be alright.
And then what?
Nice chucker, mate. That's alright.
What do we say in Danish for?
Ned bekommen. Det smager dejligt.
Yeah.
Not ja.
Oh, tak, manja tak. Yeah, I think I liked it. It was kind of good.
Not all those who wander are lost. Not all those who wander are lost. Not all those who wander are lost. Not all those who wander are
So it would be nice.
Yeah. Okay, so we have Phil here who is so thoughtful. He's going to share some Namibian wine with us. Where did you get this?
In Oamaru at the winery.
Okay.
So I knew this.
All right, let's try it.
Yes. Oh, there we go.
So, to new friends in Namibia.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Skål.
Salut, Prost.
Yes, yeah. Once we put it in the pot. We put it in over there, yeah.
Not bad. It's good. Not bad. Yeah, I like that. Much better without the ice. Alright guys, so that's been my time here in Windhoek. Here at the hostel, they have this notice board, and I saw here on this paper, somebody was organizing a trip. Since I did no planning, I called him up, and now I'm going to do that trip with him and his buddies. So stay tuned for that video. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys when we do this tour around southern Namibia.